I think it's really good for your health.
It's the right thing to do. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's so many reasons to be vegetarian or vegan.
I think farming of animals should be more managed better.
People know how to cook better if they are vegetarians, I've found.
To me, you wouldn't miss meat when you've got a well-cooked vegetarian meal.
If we do a barbecue, we have to have 2 different barbecues.
Personally, I've seen so many fat vegetarians and they think they're healthy. Am I allowed to say this?
Certainly like, it's your opinion. Hello, welcome to Easy English. I'd like to find out if any of the people I'm interviewing are vegetarian, have tried going vegetarian, have failed at being vegetarian, or even plan to become vegetarian in the future. Before we get started, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
My daughter's a vegetarian.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is your daughter?
Well, she's a pescatarian, actually. She eats fish
Okay.
and dairy products. She's 31.
Are you a vegetarian?
I'm not. No, I actually own a food business, funny enough. And no, I'm not. But I usually when I go out, I try and choose vegetarian options. If I ever go out to eat, when I do eat meat, it's because as part of my business, I'm not. My business isn't a vegetarian catering business. I sell meat, so I end up eating leftovers basically.
I'm not a vegetarian myself. I can see the advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
And I've studied some nutrition in the past, but I'm not in any way an expert. But I wouldn't tell anyone they shouldn't do it, but it's just not for me.
I personally am not a vegetarian, but a lot of my friends are, and I think it generally people could be more sort of experimental with eating vegetarian foods and with cutting out less meat in their diet, either with having a meal or something. It would be beneficial to the planet and everything.
In general, my thoughts on vegetarianism is quite simple. I'm not a vegetarian,
Right.
but I've eaten a lot of vegetarian food in my time, which is fantastic, really nice, and I haven't got a problem with it at all. If I can't find meat anywhere, then I'll have vegetarian food. I have no problems at all with it, not at all.
Our son is vegetarian or pescatarian, if they eat fish. But my son's father-in-law is a vegan. So he's quite strict, nothing meat-based, nothing at all.
I am a vegetarian.
Okay, great. And how long have you been a
Oh
vegetarian?
my goodness. Can I do that? How do I do the math?
You can just round it up or round it down.
48 years. 48.
So you're one of the originals.
Yeah, probably, but it was not. I would just say I'm not a vegetarian because I don't believe in animal farming. I don't like it,
Right.
but I understand there's a need for it. I'm a vegetarian because when we were growing up, there's 5 of us. And at the time, my dad ended up having an amazing job, but at the time he didn't really have a great job. So it's the same old food, like disgusting minced beef, which was mixed with peas. And we always used to have a chicken on a Sunday. We never really had anything else. I remember once we had pork once, and I wondered what all the hairs were. And my mum told me, and I was a bit horrified. And then when I started secondary school, I started hanging out with a different bunch of girls, and one of them, who's still my friend now, said, "Oh, let's become a vegetarian." I thought, "Oh, do you know what? Yeah, because I don't even like it that much."
Right.
And it was not really going to do me any harm. So I went home and said to my mum, "I'm never eating meat again." And she said, "Well, I'll give you till I do a roast dinner on Sunday." And that was it then. I thought, well, no, I'm not going to let my mum beat me.
This video is sponsored by Italki, the site that allows you to find online language teachers for one-on-one tutoring. As a new user, you'll get $10 in Italki credits after your first lesson if you register using the link go.italki.com/Easy English. If you don't like reading complicated language books or listening to pre-recorded audio courses, then Italki is for you. You'll get to practice your conversational skills under different real-world scenarios, as speaking with humans is the best way to learn a language. You can customise your lessons to cater for your learning needs and interests, and the one-on-one lessons provide you undivided attention with teachers at your preferred time, whether you're at home, at the airport, or at your local park. You have complete access. So head on over to Italki with this link, go.italki.com/easy English to start your first lesson and get $10 in lesson credits.
I've never considered going the whole hog, but I do enjoy like some of the recipes and the food that she prepares and we eat is fabulous. I would do it. I think I would do it, and I would do it for a month. But I don't know whether I would be so involved in the prep and the cooking and making my own sauces and that kind of thing. A bit lazy, really. But yeah, I would probably give it a bash if
Well, I've massively, looking back to 5-10 years ago, I've massively decreased the amount of meat that I eat.
And is that a nutrition thing, or is that
it's because it's the right thing to do. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's so many reasons to be vegetarian or vegan. Environmental, animal welfare, health-wise. There's loads of reasons. So yeah.
I don't know if I would ever completely cut meat out or anything like that, but then I would go through a phase of eating less meat or something like that if it was more easily available or more, yeah.
And you're saying that you actually, your insight on it is more of from like a moral point of view as opposed to like a nutrition or something.
Yeah, no, I think morals more so than nutrition for sure. I think depending on how meat is farmed and how you get it, it could be better. Like you can still have ethically sourced meat and stuff. So I don't think that should be a consideration. It should be more of what. How you get it rather than what you're getting.
Yeah. Is that something you look for when you go to buy your meat?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like free range eggs or sustainably sourced fish or something like that.
My brother-in-law is vegetarian, and some of the stuff he cooks is fantastic, really, really good. So, I don't think I'd have to go down the line where I say, I've got to do it, I've got to try it, because I do it anyway.
Yeah, right.
If it's around, I will choose it and I won't be disappointed. Never have been.
I'm not sure.
No, we'd eat it willingly.
Yeah.
But
not entirely.
Not entirely.
Not entirely. Occasionally we probably, if we did it, we'd probably go vegetarian with the occasional treat of meat.
Treat of meat. That's
yeah.
the poet and didn't know it.
Yeah.
How do you find it being vegetarian in England? Do you find it quite accessible, quite easy to be vegetarian here?
Yeah, I do. I do think though, the choice. If I'm to go and eat out anywhere, I don't have any expectation. So I don't think to myself, oh my God, I can't wait. Like my brother, he's quite a foodie, I'd say.
Right.
And he's going out with his wife and he's going to this restaurant and he's probably thinking, oh, I wouldn't think that. I'd think, oh, they're going to have some shitty plant-based burger or they're going to have some weird salad or I'm going to be forced to have something I don't really want, like salmon. I don't really fancy it. I'll have to have that with some potatoes.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on vegetarianism, if you are yourself a vegetarian, or if you have plans in the future to go that way. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye.